Hey guys, what's up? TheJordude here, and back again with another One Night in Karazhan card review. So this will be part 2, featuring 3, 5, 7 more cards that have been released over the past week. So first off, we got Karazhan. It's a 5-mana Warlock spell, common, summon a 1/1 candle, a 2/2 broom, and a 3/3 teapot. Now Blizzard hasn't revealed what these tokens will look like. Well, they obviously look like this, but they haven't revealed if they have an effect or if they're just vanilla minions. My guess is that they're most likely just going to be minions with stats, because all the other token spawning cards are just vanilla cards like Force of Nature, Wisp of the Old Gods, the Muster for Battle, the one that spawns 5 recruits, like all of those, they only spawn vanilla creatures. So my guess is that Karazhan just spawns vanilla creatures as well. Assuming that they are, then I don't think this card will be that great. It's pretty slow for actually. Like Zoos right now is pretty aggressive. They don't have really many sticky minions, and the way that they spawn a ton of minions is through Forbidden Ritual. So Karazhan might be able to see play in Zoo. Zoo would definitely slow down though, it wouldn't be as aggressive. Maybe as a one-of, I could see this card being played. You do get 6/6 worth of stats and 3 bodies, which could be pretty good. So I think this card does have some potential in play. Having the 2 of those is probably too much, but yeah, seems like an okay card. We'll see how Zoo evolves from it, but I don't think you would play this card in like Arena Lock or anything. The next card is this legendary, the 5-mana 5/6 Prince Malzahar. When the game starts, add 5 extra legendary minions to your deck. So this card is actually kind of interesting. It's a card of its own kind in the sense that its effect activates when the beginning of the game starts. So like, you start off your deck with 35 cards. Now, it checks your deck beforehand and it won't give you duplicates, so you're not going to get like 2 Tyrians, 2 Sylvanas, or anything like that. But this card is like, I think this card could be interesting. First of all, the stats are fine, 5-mana 5/6. But let's talk about the effects. So most of the time, legendary minions, like if you add in random legendary minions into your deck that you can't have duplicate of, then the fact that you can't get duplicate legendaries makes it a bit worse, because there's a lot of bad legendary minions that you could get. So you could just get like bad draws or terrible draws. But there are going to be some times where you just top deck this insane legendary that's not in your deck, like a Deathwing right when you need it. Like the meme of, oh, just top deck Deathwing, it could actually be a real scenario if you play this card. What kind of deck you would play this in? Definitely a control deck. So Control Warrior would love this card, because not only can you recycle those 5 extra cards as at least Starseeker legendaries and get more random legendaries, but the fact that it gives you 5 extra cards helps so much in the control matchup, especially when the game's going to fatigue. So if you're playing Control Warrior versus Control Warrior and you're playing Prince Malzahar and your opponent isn't, then you're just getting like a 5-card extra advantage, and that's a huge deal in those matchups. So the decks that I can see this team playing is maybe like N'Zoth Paladin or Control Warrior for sure. Any other kind of deck, I don't really see this card being played, because you do want, like other decks, like tempo decks, you want to have those smaller decks so you draw into the cards you want instead of drawing into random garbage sometimes. Next card is Moros. It's 3-mana legendary, 1/1. Stealth, at the end of your turn, summon a 1/1 Steward. So this Steward is probably just going to be a 1/1 token. So technically Moros could have like, it's like an infinite token generator. It's pretty interesting because other card games I play have like these continuous, like Yu-Gi-Oh! Has continuous spells, Shadowverse has amulets and that kind of stuff. So Moros is similar into that fact, so your opponent has a hard time interacting with this card unless they have AoE, which most decks that are not full board based do. So the fact that Moros can be cleared by a simple swipe, Lightning Storm, Whirlwind effect, just makes this card kind of bad. So 3 mana for a 1/1. Get 1/1 every turn. I don't see this card seeing too much play. It's like, it's infinite value, but the value is not good enough. So you could keep generating 1/1s, but it won't be significant, in my opinion. Maybe in like some kind of paladin deck, because they have the one that gets Divine Shield. That might be interesting if you play the give everything with 1 health Divine Shield. So you play that first into Moros, so Moros gets the Divine Shield, makes it harder to deal with, and it keeps spawning 1/1s Divine Shields. Next card is Babbling Book. So 1/1s. It's a 1 mana 1/1 mage card. Battle Cry, add a random mage spell to your hand. So if this card was discover a mage spell, then this card would be absolutely broken. I think it would be so good. But the fact that you're getting a random mage spell into your hand for 1 mana, so the 1 mana kind of draw a card, but the card you get could be really bad. It could be something like Shatter, or yeah, that kind of stuff. Like, I think you'd rather just, especially with deck sizes being limited to 30, I think you'd rather just play a different card than this card. Because this card, a 1/1 body and you get a random mage spell, you might as well just have like a spell you want inside your deck. So for Babbling Book, I don't think it would be seeing that much play. If anything, I would see it in maybe like Temple Mages, or Reno Mages. But yeah, I don't think it would be that great. Next card is Warlock. Warlock finally gets a new demon, Malchazor's Imp. 1 mana 1/3. When you discard a card, draw a card. So I think this card is actually pretty powerful. 1 mana 1/3s in the game tend to be very good. I don't think there's any 1 mana 1/3 that's bad. Maybe actually even the Warrior's Mech card is pretty good in Mech Warrior, right? So like, yeah, Malchazor's Imp is going to be a pretty solid card, especially in Zoo. You don't have to go full discard Warlock to play this card. You could just play like you could play like Soulfires and Doom Guards and you draw a card. So like, if you could play this card, get 1 discard, then you're already getting good value off of its effect. And the fact that it's a 1 mana 1/3 is pretty good in Zoo, especially when you have like Direwolf and Abusive Sergeants for the Imp to trade up. So and maybe this card could synergize well with the Librarian. It's the 2 mana 3/2 Battle Cry, discard a card, Death Rattle, draw a card. So if you have this, play this on 1, you play the Librarian on 2, and then when the Librarian dies, you draw another card, so you +1 off that. That's like a pretty good synergy right there. So Malchazor's Imp, I think it's going to be a pretty good card. I think you would play it in Zoo. The next card we have is Bookworm. It's a neutral 6 mana dragon, 3/6. Battle Cry, if you are holding a dragon, destroy an enemy minion with 3 attack or less. So this card, like when I first looked at it, I thought it was just like going to be a Narcoto, except more situational. But when I thought about it more, I think this card could actually be pretty solid. The stats is pretty bad, like 6 mana for 3/6 is kind of expensive, but you could get pretty good tempo swings off its Battle Cry. The condition of holding a dragon is starting to get less and less relevant, because as you see from Dragon Warriors, they almost always have a dragon in their hand. It's just getting to the point where there's enough dragons that their effects could go off consistent enough to make it good. And dragons' effects are all usually just like tempo based, so destroy an enemy minion with 3 attack or less. So the difference between this and Kodo is that Kodo randomly kills a 2 attack minion, but 3 attack is significantly more than 2 attack. Like, there's a lot of 3 attack minions. Like, this Bookworm could kill another Bookworm, for example, right? So I think that the fact that you could choose the target and having 3 attack instead of 2 attack makes a big difference, and I think this card could be seen play in a lot of dragon decks. I think it's a pretty solid card. As a 2-of, maybe not, maybe as a 1-of, but yeah, definitely maybe at least 1 in your deck. The last card for today is Protect the King. It's a 3 mana warrior spell. For each enemy minion, summon a 1/1 pawn with taunt. So these would just be 1/1s with taunt, no other effect, most likely. It's very similar to Unleash the Hounds in the fact that it depends on how many minions your opponent has, and it spawns 1 minion for each. And they're both 1/1s. Except this one has taunt instead of charge. So with Unleash the Hounds, you get a lot of synergy because you could charge with those hounds. So it's kind of like doubling the damage that turn, especially if you have like Knife Juggler on the board. Protect the King could synergize possibly with a Knife Juggler, but I don't see Knife Juggler being in a Taunt Warrior type of deck. So you would. This card is definitely really good against those decks like Zoo that doesn't have any 1 damage AoEs. Like this card is not good against Druid or Warriors or anything like that. But like Zoo, Shaman, this card could Paladin. This card could be pretty solid, and especially if you combo this with Bolster. So Blizzard is still trying to boost up Bolster by giving Warrior all these taunt synergy cards, and like this card's okay. Like even if you're not playing Bolster, if your opponent has a full board, you spawn a full board of taunts, then like you can stall a turn or get good enough trades. I don't know, but I think Protect the King is pretty decent. Will he play? Maybe someone might be able to come up with some kind of taunt warrior bolster deck. So we'll definitely have to see. But on paper, this card looks like pretty solid. So out of all the cards that we've gone through today, I think the most relevant ones, I think Prince Moss's Heart. Like a lot of people says this card is going to be bad, but I think it's going to be good in Control Warrior. Karazhan could be decent. Mouse's Heart, Imp, Bookworm, and Protect the King are also all pretty good cards. So overall, yeah, so far it's still looking good. The set looks pretty promising. We got some more RNG cards, but that's okay. Like this is pretty RNG. This is kind of RNG, but yeah, this is fine. Yeah, if you have any feedback or your opinions on these cards, feel free to comment down below. I will do more reviews on cards as they come out. And subscribe for more videos. I'll try posting videos more weekly now. Also follow me on Twitch and Twitter. All the links will be in the description. Yeah, so thanks for watching, guys, and see you guys next time. It's dealing 5 damage all the time, and then you summon a 5-cost minion. Now, how bad can that be, right? 5-cost minions are, on average, I think pretty decent. There was a post that the rat who